Hello, how are you? If you're there, or you're there later on, you happen to watch the beginning of this on tape, delay, or record, or whatever the hell that's called. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome to C Studio. I am the great Studini. Yep, that's me. And this is Shacklemen After Dark. Shacklemen After Dark. I gotta get a little more bass in my voice for that. Shacklemen After Dark. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what's going on. How are you? Cheers to you. Dean, what's up, brother? Dean, I'm trolling you. I got the leg restraints right there. Ah, Marissa. Mar, how you doing, love? Mr. Rock Out with your lockout. Cheers to you. Let me get some of my refreshments going, as it were. Dakota Kid. Yeah, don't hang out with your uncle anymore. This is gonna be my advice, man. Seriously. Mr. Mark Carter. What's up, brother? How you doing, sir? Pleasure to have you here. So, I'm pretty excited. I'll get to that in a minute. You guys know about Not Too Dead? The Pyro Panda? That's my boy. See if we can get a couple little... Oh, a little two-finger snatch. A little chip flourish action from a boy there. Co-founder of the Shacklemen Cuff Club. Most of you guys already know. And welcome to Shacklemen After Dark, y'all. We're going to do some 3-cuff escapes because I'm pretty excited. Last night actually, right when I got done with my live, I had an email waiting for me from the Guinness World Records approving my application to attempt to break a record. So I'm going to be getting in out of 3 pairs of cuffs underwater and setting a record for that shit. Yeah. What's up, Jabba, G3ba, whatever your name is. I gotta squint to see stuff like that. Very childish. What do you say? Childish. Yeah. I hope you don't, man. Like you're on the board. You had the kid, you gotta pay, brother. I grew up fatherless with nobody covering that side of it, so I don't have a lot of sympathy. And I paid all of my child support for the 16 years I had to. All right. Oh, Marissa, that's the record's 38 seconds for 3 pairs of cuffs. I'll give you a quick overview on why I feel confident I can escape 3 pairs of cuffs underwater in less than 38 seconds. It's actually 38 point something, but I'll just say 38 for the round down. So we're going to be popping cuffs by pairs of 3s tonight because I got to practice. I got a couple months. I got to set up the event. Oh, Mr. Mark Carter. Oh, actually, Mark, I'm going to tell you how awesome that was. You just did that in one moment. So let me show you what's up. This is what I got to do. So I have 38 seconds. Okay, so my hands are going to be above water. A timer is going to hit a gong or hit an air horn or something to signify the start of the time. I got to bring my hands underneath water. I've got to Take all pairs of cuffs off. And then get my hands above water. Now, was that under 38 seconds? Because if it was, I'm going to fucking crush that record. That's what we're on the road to do. Oh, that's okay, man. Like, hey, man, I got my vet Stu is gonna be here down the road. He's like my first vet in the Mitten May group. He's as soon as I told him, he was like, dude, you got a family. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna be in like 3.5 feet of water. Yeah, it had to be Dean. 10's my 12's my. Once I got to 12, I knew I was getting fast, and then I started beating 12. So there's gonna be, the way I figure it, I'm gonna, in all my practicing, I'm plus 5ing on the seconds. So once they hit the horn, I figure it's gonna take me a second to get in under the water. It's gonna take me a second because I can't start with the tool in hand. I gotta retrieve the tool. So I gotta get under the water, grab the tool, and get started. And then once everything's off, I kind of got to like another second to get up. Hopefully that's just a 3-second add, but just to buy time, I'm adding the 5 seconds. So anything, it's just plus 5. If I can get it in 10, it was a 15-second, attempt. Now I do have to practice the underwater portions, things like that. So as we get going in the next couple months, we'll be actually adding that onto some of these lives. All right. Let me take a quick look. Oh, dude, did I see my boy Ray? Ray, what's up, brother? No, first of all, the police don't catch me. And secondly, I never say escape police. I'm just talking about escape handcuffs. You want to play F around games with the police? That's on you, brother. Toothpick? Yeah, we've picked with the toothpick. I don't have a toothpick. Yeah, toothpick's possible. Especially on these. I could get in there with a toothpick. So, all right. Now, talk about how we do it. There's my grip. I have a nice .8 pokey, modified Covert Instruments tubular pick. I got to get into my keyway right about that, 3 o'clock on this. And I want to get a clean hit. I want to open it. And in the same motion, I want to pull that body down out of the way, because it's going to clear the hole of that next one. That way, I don't lose time trying to move the bow out. And then move it over to my left hand. It really helps me to have this finger, or whichever free hand I have, there to kind of like guide where it's going. So I can get it right into place. And if the bow is in the way, that finger's there to kind of push it out of the way a little bit without having to lose time or fight with it. So all these little, just thinking about all the little hand positions, what's going on, the modification, where this is at, how to do that, every little bit, matters. Every little bit I trim, from this, that, I might get one more second off. So that's kind of been my approach up to this. If you guys know at Coxey's Picks, he's a Guinness record holder. He's kind of the mentor of the entire Shacklemen Cuff Club. He's been coaching me through this. He's the one who kind of pointed me to the record. Told me I should beat it, and I believed him. So that is a lot of my focus going forward. No, all cuffs are BDSM. That's kind of like a answers itself sort of statement. I'm going peerless. They have to be cuffs that are used by a police agency, but the 700Cs, 750Cs both count. I can actually, as long as a police agency formally used a particular cuff, I can kind of get a letter and verify and do all that crap and stuff like that. But I don't really need to. So I like the peerless. It's what I've been training on. My local cops use a peerless. A lot of the cops in this area use a Peerless, so it's just easiest to use. And there's plenty of agencies that use the 700s, the 750s. If I needed to, I would have went to the 801C hinged to satisfy requirements, but they're not particular as long as it's fits within those guidelines they're used by an ongoing police. Oh, Mark, I was going to tell you. So I don't know if you guys know how the YouTube monetization works on these things. You kind of keep adding whatever little bits and pieces of money from ads or anything like that you get, and it keeps stacking you up. Eventually, you get to $100. That's your threshold. Once you get to $100, the following month they'll actually send you the money. I ended last month at $93. I did a live last night, and Cloud put me up at like 99 or 98. So, Mark, you just with that $2, you popped me to that $100 threshold. So, I'll make it. Anything else I make this month will add on to that, and then middle of next month or 3 weeks into next month, I'll actually get a YouTube payment. So, not that I make a lot out of this. And what I do get, I use to buy picks and locks for Mitten Made Lock Sport, which is a lock sport group designed to support, supply, and provide community for veterans who are into lock picking. Try to get more vets into lock picking. It's a lot of fun. It's very helpful. Yeah, Mark, man, that's awesome, dude. I appreciate you. Oh, Jackrabbit. Yeah. That's Nola Southpaw designed the sticker. We actually have a couple different designs, so I gotta end up ordering a B-side sticker for these two. And I've got, where's it at? Oh, shite. Oh, maybe it's there. It's there. We've got, we'll start doing these as kind of like a DIY, logo lock. This is the first one. This is going to Lock Picking Hippie. He's one of the vets in our group. He's an awesome lock picker, just amazing guy. Just love to hear his energy and hear his voice, and seeing him. He's doing the lives now with Lockjaw Manufacturing, so he's got a good association with them. He went to the Texas Locksmith Association competition last year and convention, so he gets the first one of these, and then we're going to start grabbing these. That's with the next payment we get. So the YouTube next payment that I get is actually going to go into getting more of these locks so we can pop our stickers on. We'll get the secondary sticker, and we're going to start sending these around to the vets in the group. And that's a Master Lock 410. It's a nice green belt level lock. It can be quite annoying to some of us. People like Nola think it's a pretty easy lock. But that's what we do. Ryan and Clip, what's up, man? I don't know you, but thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. All right, let's get back to some more cuffs, right? Put that away. All right, so the double lock mechanism inside the 750 and the 700s is a little bit different. One good difference is when this is double locked, you can whack it on something and pop the double lock. Doesn't really work on these. Other than that, the keyway and picking and everything seems to be pretty close. So rocking with these is good practice for busting out of those. So the more cuffs I have with that keyway and that pick the same way, the easier it is to get more practice in for the record. And then I have another escape we're trying to make happen. I got to get out to Oklahoma because Outer Arms, a friend of mine, lockpicker, has an old, it's like a box cage old jail. Just used to sit inside a room, and then they would stick a guy in there. So I've got a square lock on the way from Coxie that we're gonna get me out there, and I want to escape the jail. So that's another escape I got coming up later this year. Really trying to step up what we're doing on the channel. Start doing some bigger projects. All right, we're gonna use the. Oh, I'm using the multi-pick. I think this is a tubular pick that I modified. Yeah, it is. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna pop in there. Notice the grip. I'm going to get in there, push the body out of the way to clear the next hole, push the body out of the way, push the body out of the way, quick switch, get my guide finger in place. A little bit of a wiggle. I didn't hit that first one clean. And I really didn't hit this last one clean. So, again, I'm +5 on every attempt. So as long as I want to hit 19 seconds on this or better, I want to cut the time in half. So I have to get out of 3 cuffs in 14 seconds or under. That's my target time, which is a really easy target time. And then if my 5 seconds of extra time is, I'm trying to fluff that, by a second or two. So I should be able to shave on that too. But that does allow me to realistically deal with losing a couple seconds in the water, dealing with shit, having a hard time grabbing one tool, things like that. All right, I'm going to try something I have. Oh, shit. I bent the dick out of that tool. That sucks. That's all right. All right, you know what? Let me try to mod that back into place a little bit. With my Gerber dime tool. You can get lockpicktools.com. Southern Specialties and Hardcase Survival both actually have that. All right, I'm gonna try something for the first time. You guys get to hang out with me while I do it. I know, yeah, Dean. 19 seconds is a long for 3 pairs of cuffs. I don't have to double lock. I could get out of them double locked in 19 seconds if I was training for that. But we'll worry about that on another record. We're also going to worry about starting to set some of our own Shacklemen records and have a similar system for getting them into place. All right, here's something I've never done. I've never done a tool in each hand. If you notice I got my system for doing this, switching my tool, and doing this. I don't know if having a tool in each hand would screw me up or make it easier. So I would want this tool ready like that, I assume. And I need that one like that. All right. Let's see how this run goes. Ready, go. Push, push. Oh, see? That's why the push. Well, I think it does give me an edge. I think the 2 tools, although in all honesty, I think I want the shorter tool on that side. So we're going to try it and run it that way. I'll take a break and throw on multiple cuffs, or more than 3, or someone pays more cash. I'll do the stupid escape. But I'm going to be doing this a lot. 3 pair bang. Over and over. Alright. So I want that. Get my fingers right. Like that. I want that like that. All right, let's go. See? You get a screw up right at the beginning. And lose precious effing seconds. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't like that. Oh, that's because, yeah, fuck. I bent the shit out of that again. Alright. Fuck that tool. Redeem myself real quick. I did not like that run. I like that run. That was much better. What's up, Matt? Mr. Matt. Matt's Lock Shop. That's a locksmith in the house, y'all. But we don't hold that against him. He's a lock sporter as well, so we like him. Good guy. Vet. One of the members. Yeah, I have a... Mark, I have a desk... I don't know. You ever watch my videos, it looks like I'm moving like that. I don't even mean to move fast, but I'll rewatch my shorts and stuff, and I'm like, dude, did I speed that up? Like, that's like ridiculous. All right, let's palette cleanse and just do a quick little one cuff double lock beat. Go with the reds. Lock the double. And it doesn't seem like we have a huge number of viewers tonight, so I appreciate you guys stopping by. We have some fun. All right. See, we got that bad boy popped. See the cavity there. Let's go ahead and get this one popped. A left hand work. Well cuffed, good practice. You can tell I'm used to doing it on that side. Well, I'm not cuffed. So I definitely need that practice. Alright, we'll palette cleanse. Pop a couple Chicagos. So on your Chicago keyway, if you don't know cuffs, you got a vertical keyway, whereas the Peerless I'm mainly working with our horizontal keyway. It's a different pick. So go for it, Dean. Get your logo on, baby. All right. So on this, instead of working down, I'm mainly kind of going across the keyway. Good lean back here, and then once I engage it, there's a little bit of walk in it. So I'm engaging it, a little bit of walk in it, and it gets it open. So a lot of lean back this way, engage it, and walk it. Lean back. And if I'm perfect on that lean back, I'll be right in the spot, and I won't have to walk it much. but I usually have to, like, I'm moving fast, moving hard, I gotta walk it. What did Ray say? Keep them near your hands. No, that's every one of these is a little different, Ray. Coxie got burned because the hand them off rule. On the water one, you just have to get out and escape and get your hands out of the water. So, um, all of the technical details and everything are going to get, verified and plotted out. I'm working with Coxie. He's helping me make sure that I get everything done the right way. So, and it is, it's not a situation, they're not going to send out a guy, to verify what I'm doing. So I've got to have two, I'm going to have two official timekeepers, two official witnesses, one expert, the cop, to check the cuffs. I have to have a slow-mo feed, I think 3 other camera feeds, and all that's minimum. So we're going to go extra on timers, witnesses, camera feeds. We want to have an underwater feed for it as well. And yeah, so, and we got to make it a whole event of it, so we're working on all that right now, trying to figure out how to do that, all the stuff we need, getting a hold of some people in town to help us make it happen, things like that. So, and then we're going to use the event to try to raise some money for a veteran cause, a local veteran cause that not made, and we're also, anybody that comes we're gonna do like a canned food pantry supply drive for the people that come in person. So we want to do some good with the event, instead it's not just an ego bash or anything like that. I'm going to bring more attention to Made, more attention to the Shacklemen Cuff Club. So it's kind of a multifaceted approach. And then the trip out to Otters to escape the jail is just for fun. Just to go, because he's got a jail. If your friend has a jail and you're an escape artist, you need to go escape his jail. That's just how that works. That's basic science. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. Like I said, the next round of cash I get off YouTube's going to the logo locks, going to the vets, and then we're working on some fundraising and more of bulk buys to start supplying more picks. Almost every Matt's the only guy, not the only guy, but Matt's basically the one vet I haven't sent anything to. He's a locksmith and he has all the picks and locks, so I got to find something specifically cool and interesting to get to Matt. He's kind of a special project for the group, a challenge. He's a challenge vet for me. That's Matt's Lock Shop right there in the chat, guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run this one from the left to the right. Just get that different practice. Keep your touch sharp by switching up what the touch needs to feel instead of letting it get into a rote situation. You just kind of want to freshen it up. I really find that helps with lock picking. If I'm struggling picking this lock, I'm struggling picking a couple 1100s, and I'm spending a couple hours on these, I'm going to put them down, and I'm going to pick up a couple other locks, pick those, just shake up, my feeling, my touch, and then I'm going to go back to these and refine my touch. And I find that helps me more than just hammering away. The longer I hammer away at the same thing over and over and over, it starts deadening my feel, especially if I'm trying to learn it. So, all right, we're going to go 6 Peerless. Since it's rocking all Peerless is pure practice until I make the record attempt. And the other cuffs are just for palate cleansing and learning, as I said. We are on a mission. Guinness record, baby. Alright, you know what though? I need to find my beer. Ah, there it is. Get that where it needs to be. Oh, and then I almost spilled it. Alright, we're doing the thigh apply. Just where I wedge this between two thighs and I can put them all on. It's the easiest way to get that multiple stack on. Alright, do a 6 cuff escape. Make sure I am starting to tear this up. I gotta get a couple fresh ones and mod them up. So that little bit, I don't know if you can tell, there's a little bit of upturn on that. And that does make a difference. If I put it in there and it's on the upturn and I have the angle slightly different, that's why I end up struggling on it a little bit. So I just gotta pay attention to the feel more than expecting it to open when I get in there. So I want to feel for it. I don't want to denude myself of my touch. That ultimately is what really gets these open. See? Gotta push them out of the way. And when you don't push one out of the way, it helps get that next one to stay in the way. Alright. Nice little 6-pair bust. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, it especially once you get into like past 5 cuffs, it starts weighing on. Just putting them on, it starts weighing on the one arm. When I do this for an hour, 2 hours a night, I definitely feel it in the morning. And I've got shoulder problem. I got like 3 ripped rotator cuffs in the one shoulder. So if I'm not careful with this, it can really hurt. Let's do, I do have, let's see, 4. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll do a quick 4 Chicago bust. And just for fun, I'm going to shim these. It's getting really easy to put myself in only 4 pairs, though. That is the nice thing about it. Alright, we're going to rock the Shacklemen Cuff Club. American side shim. There's one. I'm going to get my pinky, down on the bottom side. I'm going to push down with this and this while holding this to get the shim into place. Once it slides in there, I want to hold it in place and get the bow out of the way. And if that's hard to hold that with your pinky, place it against the table, or if I'm standing up, I would just push this against my body. And that's what I would use as the, that one's getting in the way of pressure to be able to push that bow down. And see, I didn't hold that in place. So it fell out as I was coming up. stuck. It won't get off. All right. See if we can pop these a little more fluid. There we go. Alrighty. What the fun off poke? I don't know what that means, but hey, what's up? Mickey's video. How you doing? I'm doing some cuff escapes. Practicing for a record, man. I got an application accepted to break a Guinness World Record. 3 pairs of Fearless underwater. That's the task at hand right here. And I plan on doing this thousands of times more before I make the attempt. Hello. So you find yourself in cuffs. What should you do? Well, you can pick your way out with an oversized bobby pin, which, when it's not all bent up, looks like that. Oop, wrong end. So we'll use this end for the escape. Oop. Ooh, slipped off. There we go. This is one of my favorite handcuff tools because you can modify it like you do other, paper clips and bobby pins and stuff, but it's a little thicker, a little stronger. It'll hold up to being used over and over. And then just a little mod on the other end ends up turning it into a good double lock tool. So it's a nice little 2-sided tool that really easily slides into a case or a pocket or behind a hat band or anything like that. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, people, hit the like if you're around. Sub me up if you're checking it out. Got this escape. Got another escape planned. Going to be going to the Texas Locksmith Association convention in September. We just got a bunch more stuff going on the channel. Trying to do a lot more stuff. Involve more channels and other people. Well, Jack, thank you for thanking Mark. Yeah, and not that you don't have to, guys. Just here hanging out. But if you ever want a super or you want to become a member, that money just goes to picks, locks, and postage for sending things around to the vets in the Mitten Made Lock Sport group, which is a group I started because when I got into lock sport, I deal with, I got depression and all the anxieties and PTSD and just a lot of stuff. And this community, this hobby and everything was so healing and good to me that my wife and I realized that that's a similar type of healing and situation that would be very beneficial to vets. And it was proven to me because a lot of lock pickers I met were vets. And in checking with them and talking to them, they're like, yeah, it's a good idea. Let's do this. So That's how we started the group. And then Multi-Pick of Germany, Southern Specialties out of Georgia, and Lockjaw Manufacturing are three companies that all jumped in right away to be product sponsors and help support our vets. Very thankful to those companies. Jimmy Longs has recently donated some stuff. So big thanks to Jimmy Longs. And Chris Dangerfield from lockpickworld.com has also donated before. So thank you to him. I'd like to give a big shout out to Picksmith, Mr. Inferno, and Nola Southpaw. First three guys to send giant boxes of locks to help supply the club. Left Hand Loki, Doc X Machina, Grouchy Lenny, Dots Locks, just everybody's jumping in and helping. So I love all of you. Really appreciate the support, whether it's a like, a watch, a sub, a membership, a super chat, an attaboy, hitting me up in a Discord, throwing me a message, asking me a question. We're all here for each other in the lock sport community. If you're interested in lock picking, escapes, and things like that, start following us. Jump into our comments, start talking to us. We will talk back. We will answer your questions. It's what we do. All right, I need to lube myself a little bit. Seems to be a pretty slow and easy kind of night, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, Fractured Christian? Yeah, it's well, the benefits are a couple fold. First one, well, when it comes to lock, let's pick lock while we talk about picking locks real quick. So it's become basically my comfort lock. It was 7240. It's a green belt lock. So when you're starting to get into picking some difficult stuff, security pins, things like that. So I call these frustration puzzles because it's a puzzle. You're definitely trying to figure it out, but you're trying to develop the skill to solve each step. And it takes a lot of concentration. Keeps your hands busy. It's literally something that once you get doing it, you start thinking about in between, going over it in your head, what you did wrong, what you want to try, next, what your next lock after this lock is. And then this is a pin tumbler. There are disc detainers, dimple locks, lever locks, and then you get an all kind of crazy high security. There's taking these apart, seeing what's in them, putting them back together, restoring old locks, creating challenge locks where people take these apart and add just nasty stuff inside, send it around to each other for fun. There's like an endless pool and all these paths of hobby within this. And that's really good when you get into something and you need something for therapy, a hobby for therapy. You don't want something that slows down or runs out of road. You want something that can keep going. And it's what makes this good. Escaping is just a kind of an extension of this. It's just locks. It's just a different kind. You're set in a different situation getting out of them. But it's that's why it helps. And then the community aspect of lock sport is every time I pick this stupid lock, someone's there, man. W3OI Ray, Mark Carter, Dean, Jackrabbit, Marissa, like someone's gonna be in my comments and go, "Hey man, good job," "Hey, you finally got that." If it was something I was struggling with, they'll remember that it was a problem lock for me. Pete will be like, "Dude, I remember when that mean green 1100 you couldn't get into it. Now you're crushing it." Like it's just that support, that cheering you on. There's a very natural aspect to that within the lock sport community, and I've nailed it down to that. We're really in a good position because we have a common foe. It's us against locks, and it's an easy, rally the troops thing. That's not a person or a people or a town or a team or anything like that we're all against. It's an inanimate object. It's a frustration puzzle, you know, society, and it all really suits itself well to keeping yourself busy, giving yourself a skill that's helpful, man. I've already helped out, half a dozen people that have locked themselves out of things. Um, and a good community of people cheering you on, and constant opportunity to progress and better yourself and things like that. So it's really what. And then there's a lot of creativity. We're having like so much fun with challenges and ideas and just watching each other's videos and getting sparked into a cool idea and having a funny little thing just to crack a joke at somebody. We have a lot of fun in lock sport. Yeah, Jack, and that healing quality is exactly what made me identify. Let's do this for vets. And we have some vet Leos, and we had some non-vets in there to help. So we have people there creating community, people around to talk to daily and hang out and answer questions about whether it's locks or gardens or plumbing or a car or whatever. That's what's going on in their lives. We want to support that. Um, yeah, Ray. Yeah, actually, yeah. W3I Ray. I gotta hand it to him. He helped me get into my first Abus. Him and Wolfgang were doing a great job. And when I was hanging out in lives with them, trying to talk me through it, gave me tips. Started progressive pinning it, and eventually got into them. And yeah, I've gotten to the point where this thing's like comfort lock, and that's an amazing progression for me. I never thought I would get to green belt. Honestly, I thought maybe that would be my peak at some point, and like to kind of feel comfortable with it is it's pretty amazing. So Ray, thank you very much. That's one of my lock mentors. He's helped me with more than just that one lock. He helps me with a lot. Damn good picker. W3OY Ray. Knives, lives, and locks. He does knife sharpening. He's a steel nerd. He knows a lot about knives and steel. So you guys should go check him out and sell him up. Oh, thank you, Dean. Yeah, the Shacklemen. So one of the things the Shacklemen Cuff Club does, we started out, Coxley started out with the TCH folding rigid 850s. We did a series of 10 challenges, and we are currently doing a series of challenges with the Peerless 700s. Not everyone has them, so basically any modern swing through chained cuff, everybody's getting involved in this. And I'm running these challenges. We are on challenge 4, which is Double Down Bobby. And we got a lot of great entries. Challenge 4 is designed to take the skills from 2 and 3, basically, add it with 4, and display it all, because you have to pick your double locks, then you have to pick one cuff with a bobby pin, which was challenge 2, and then you have to shim one cuff with a shim, which was challenge 3, then 2, sorry. So you're kind of combining them all. The next one's going to be a little silly, and we'll see what we do from that. pop them on and go left side. Alright, left hand pick. Oh, see, I'm already doing it wrong. Gotta get that right. Clear it. Clear it. Clear it. Switch it. Don't bump your camera. Alright, get my guide finger in place. Everything's off. Why would you teach monkeys how to escape their shackles? Because I'm a monkey and I have solidarity with my fellow monkeys. Or because I think most monkeys can't learn, so it doesn't matter what you show them. I don't know. What answer do you want out of me, guy? I'm just an escape artist. All right, I have to run to the bathroom. My friends in the chat, keep everyone entertained for a moment. I will be right back. All right, what was my time? I'm the speed potty king. I had to do a spiral staircase down and up to get that time, so I really had to kick it. What's up, Quinito 14? How you doing? Get this a little bit better. There we go. All right. So, I said it's a low turnout tonight, but that's all right. It's a little more intimate, right? There's less of us, but we're hanging out. We're rubbing shoulders. We're blowing smoke in each other's faces. I would slather myself in that Crisco, baby. You a sexy type of Crisco. Don't put yourself out of consideration just because you Crisco. All right, I'll go 5. Mark says 5. My potty break was a 5 cuff escape, he says. That is kind of how I think of things in terms of time. Now, it's like, how many cuffs could I get out? Would I be able to beat that lock before that happened? All right, nice little 5. I should have alternated the colors. That's how you can tell I wasn't thinking ahead as I did it. Actually, usually when I want to alternate the colors of the types, I end up screwing that up anyway to just put them on. Get them on, get them off. Get them on, get them off. Get them on, get them off. All right. Evil Lenny. Yeah, the fuzzy cuffs come up a lot. I don't have a pair. What I do have, though, what I'm saving for a very, very special escape at some point. I'm not exactly sure how I want to use it, but one of my greatest escapes will come from these. I won't be using the keys. That kid is intense. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is getting out. No stopping him. Eva Lenny, I'll tell you what, man. As soon as I get out of these, I'll pull out some hinged cuffs for you. Because I do have hinged. Alright, let me focus. And the other weird thing is this isn't how I do this. I kind of hold them like upright in front of my chest so I can see the top a little better. But it is nice to get to practice. I can't quite see because you focus on the feel a little more. Oops, wrong part of the hole. Wrong hole. It's not your birthday. Alright, so evil. Wait, what? Okay. I was like, damn, Ray, what did you say that you got your message retracted? Alright, hinge cuffs? Yeah. So these are Peerless hinged. These are Chicago hinged. Peerless hinged. Have the Peerless keyway. And wow, definitely make it a lot harder. If you got holes up to reach around there, I have escaped those. Just takes a lot more work. And when I do it, I've done it with the oversized bobby pin bent to be able to get over and work the hole. That takes a lot, but you do have less maneuverability. Your wrists are a little bit closer. Doesn't matter as much with one pair, but when I start stacking these up or I add these into the stack, it starts mattering a lot faster than it does with chain cuffs. So just 2 pairs of hinge. Trying to clear the first pair while the second pair is reducing your maneuverability makes it definitely harder. So, oh, Buddy Cookie. Yeah, poor guy. His wife's in the middle of school stuff. She took over his lock lab for a study lab. It's just, we're all missing Butter Cookie. Where's the Butter Cookie? So, the factor of the hinge, matters when it's holes up, especially holes up behind your back. That makes a big difference. But other than that, it's just based off the same locking mechanism from the same kind of cuff. They just stuck a different connector on it. Yeah, that does suck. And it happens. I don't have to imagine it. When you start putting on cuffs, the minute you don't pay attention, you end up with a couple keyholes facing each other. And so what you're going to have to do is push just that one little bit out of the way and clear one. And then get over to the other one. Double lock. Valachi. Yeah. Malachi. Yeah. And you have basic three things you're working on and learning with cuff escapes. You're picking the cuff, you're shimming the cuff, and you're working the double lock. So there's your double lock button. I'm going to press that. Won't squeeze, it's double locked. Press that. Which, I mean, I could fake that, but shit, once you see that's pushed in like that, you know that's double locked. So these are the 750Cs. These are used by more cops than the 700s. Try to get it so you can see the pop. There you go. There's a double lock pop. Now I'm pretty confident it is, but I can just give a little, I don't have to click it. I can give just that little, if it gives any movement, I know it's beat. But if I get a click out of it, I definitely know it's beat. So once I've got it in that position, I want to get out. It's a lot easier, especially with my left hand, to attack the double lock on the left cuff, or on the right cuff with the left hand. So I definitely need to practice that more. There, we got that beat. Let's check it. It's beat. And it's off. Pop goes the wheel, Bob's your uncle, right? Yeah, well, yeah. I don't have, well, I mean, that's same thing with, so a folding rigid or a folding, if I were to screw up and put that on, now I got the holes facing. So what I have to do there is try to V it out. And then find something that allows me in there. So I have limited space to get this stupid thing. But if you kind of keep practicing, especially in weird positions and things like that, you learn how to kind of find and feel it with your limited access. Ray thought he was going to stump me. Thank you for Valachi. I'm not sure how to say that. Artsy fartsy. I can do it behind my back. It sucks doing it on camera. I can't. It's hard to see if I'm on camera. I don't have anyone helping me do it. I kind of got to be set up to do behind the back stuff and camera up front. I might do it towards the end. I might throw 12 cuffs on the wrists and do it camera facing, maybe. I don't know. If I'll do that, if I do that, I'll try behind the back too. So, and then if it's double locked, does a regular key open them the same way? Yeah, the key so if it's double locked, all you're doing is you got two ways in the keyhole. So on this one, I'm going to get my key up in there, and then I'm going to turn it this way. And then right there is where it touches the double lock. And that's kind of what we tell you to do with the key. Learning this is like find and feel. You can see where that is. Right there is where you're engaging the front of that double lock. So there it's pushed. Now go into the keyway the same way, and you go in the opposite direction. And much quicker on these, you hit where you need to hit for the pawl. So you can see once the pawl's hit, it releases the bow. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's I mean, and that's part of something we play around with a lot too. Oh shoot, where is it? I've got, I don't know where it's at right now. We've got, this is something you can order. Made a bracelet out of it real quick. I didn't finish it real well. But this is one of these things. There's normally a hide key, plastic key that's attached there that if you bust out and get. Now, I tie it back in with a couple little strands of thread from the jute, and it stays hidden in there. And then just with shims and keys and hide keys, that's a lot of stuff we like to play with. I mean, it's something you do for escapes. You know, when I'm doing escapes, I'm gonna have keys and tools all over my body. Part of the fun is that you just don't know where that's at. But I mean, magic and we're not getting out of these with psychic powers. You know what I mean? Oh, where's Rock Out? Did he pop in? Let's see. Yeah, that the wooden ones of these that Rock Out's making are really cool, man. They're definitely a neat tool, neat add to like the idea of like cool things we can make for this, you know. Sorry, I'm pounding beers. Again, it's a nice slow night, intimate, man. What's up? Think you've been wondering that. Yeah. Well, what's weird is there are some cuffs, even in these. If you're loose and crazy with trying to pick it, there's cuffs where you'll accidentally set the double lock, and so you kind of got to know, have an idea what you're dealing with and feeling. So if you accidentally set the double, I set a double lock or don't remember I'm double locked, or even there's times where you'll think you pop the double lock, it'll actually pop the pin up, and if you don't check and make sure it's not, you'll start trying to pick it while it's double locked. You'll just start bending this up and frustrating the shit out of yourself. So definitely check, or do this so many times where you can get really good at just understanding between the feel and the sound. And even then, you'll still screw it up sometimes. Let us. Oh, that's not what I was going to do. Alright, I got to get out of 3. It's 3. 3 cuffs, 3 cuffs, 3 cuffs, 3 cuffs. I got to do this thousands of times. Toughest handcuff I've come across. I'm still trying to add to my collection. But the just toughest overall is the TCH 850 folding rigid that we did the first set of Shacklemen handcuff challenges from. It's a rigid handcuff, like a hinge, but it locks into place, and it's got its own kind of a little bit different keyway, tough springs, and tight tolerances. Now for picking, I have a pair of H&R Super Styles. They're easy to get out of, but picking the mechanism is really, really hard. But I bypass them. Like me and Dean and everybody bypasses them. That's what you do with those cuffs. There are plenty of tougher cuffs that I haven't gotten hold of. Higher security cuffs that have pin tumbler, Medico locks in. There's the Irish 8s I haven't gotten yet. Australia's Safe Lock or Safety Lock or some shit like that. It's supposed to be kind of the toughest cuff around, but it's mainly because you can't get a hold of it, and so we all can't learn to beat it. I desperately want to get a pair though. Coxie, Deadlocks, and Not Too Dead, all 3 have like so many more types of cuffs than I do. it's fun seeing like their collections for me. And it's nice because those guys kind of get them and figure them out or learn about them, and then they just help guide me on what the next thing to get is. Uh, yeah. Anytime you get a pair of cuffs, man, I'm like, yeah, that's a good call. So if I get this pair of cuffs, what you're gonna do with these before you start trying to put them on your wrists and escape them, you're gonna take your key. Actually, use a real key. And you are going to double lock your cuffs. If they're not already double locked, sometimes they ship double locked, but even if you pop the double lock, you want to do it again. So I want to check my double lock, check my pawl release. I want to check my double lock. I want to check my pawl release. And if I want to be efficient, I want to do it a few times. One, you want to make sure it works. Two, it's always good to kind of work any kind of machinery a few times and knock some burrs and things off of it. And then you want to take and just run your bow a bunch. Just get the mechanisms loose, get the springs working. Especially if you buy anything that's powder coated like this, that powder coating is going to add this thin extra layer to the keyway and make it tighter, to the where you're going to try to shim and make it tighter. It's going to make this go through tighter. So just run it through a few times. You're going to knock some of that powder coating off. You're going to get it working better, just more fluid. Then what we suggest you do is you learn it in hand before you start putting it on your wrist. Picking, I'm going to pick it over and over and over in hand in both directions. Then what's really good to do is to take and put it on your right wrist and just hold it with your left wrist. Now this gives you, shortens your direction. It limits what you can do with your right wrist in the how it will be naturally without actually having yourself trapped. And so you can practice from both sides doing it in the bound position with the hand that's doing it. And then I can close it and do it again. Close it and do it again. And this particular tip will allow you to get far more attempts at pick practicing in without having to put it back on your wrist every time. You know what I'm saying? So another good way of doing it, little lean back, is you can, especially if you have multiple pairs of cuffs, just put it all on one wrist. I find this particularly good for doing with shimming. I'll do it that way. But you put all your cuffs on one wrist, and then you just practice picking them off. You do them in the different directions because you put it both on. Go holes up, holes down. Just give yourself a nice little buffet of pick practice options to work up and down the wrist. Brian, yeah. No, actually, I am, if you can interpret this sentence, I am an inimical agent of chaos. And what is inimical to chaos? It's not order. That's the false answer. Pushpin's up. Oh, Pushpin. I thought you were talking about Pushpin for the thing. Hey, what's up, Pushpin? That's a cool name. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, man, we're just hanging out. Just a nice little community of people awake. It's gonna be a low view count tonight, my brothers. But that's all right. Like I said, I actually appreciate any amount of viewers, any amount of support. I'm happy if we get anybody interested, even if it just gets you interested in watching more pickers. I spent 3 years watching The Lockpicking Warrior before I ever tried to get into this. I just thought it was interesting. Learning about locks, hearing about how they beat them, tools people make. I love it when it pops off. It just feels so satisfying. It just explodes off your wrist. I get that effect because I gotta really work and push on them Chicago's, so I get that pop off really well on those. Why don't we go ahead and do a quick pick. A couple Smith & Wessons. So we got the cuffs out. So I think Chicago and Peerless are pretty comparable. And the Smith & Wessons definitely are a bit of a step up. They have a lot tighter keyway tolerance situation. You gotta dial in a little bit different. Make sure they weren't double locked. Just a different hit on the keyway. There we go. All right, and that is a tip too. So, and it does not help me as much on the Chicago's with Peerless, but it does help me on the Smith & Wesson. So if you're having trouble finding or getting the pawl, if you push a little bit on the bow right before you get that click, it'll help you get that pawl pushed out to where you can get it and push it a little bit better. So it moves it into a better position for you, or it helps you feel where it is and allows you to get it. So, and then what I love about these, so this is a different kind of double lock. You see the little wire there? It's a push through and slide over, which you'd love to be able to get in there and dig that out, but I haven't managed to do that yet. However, what I do like about these is it's supposed to be a lot harder, but I got a great tool for getting in there. These 15,000s gym hooks are just an amazing double lock beater on these Smith & Wessons. Not to mention they pick them really well too. So let's try a quick pick off the wrist. And we'll do both pairs. Oh, Jack Rabbit, good night, my brother. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that you your support. You stop by, you hang out, man. You know I'm a big fan. Woo. Nice little pick. is a thin pick, so I don't want to bend it up. I want to be precise. Angle of the hook is just perfect. To beat these cuffs. Double lock or single lock. Bang! What's up? Briefly who? What happened? Ever have to make an embarrassing call not being able to look at it? Brian, that's a good question. So we were talking a little bit about what to do when you get cuffs. Like our security measures, our safety protocol, as it were. Oh, where is it? Our safety protocol. I don't know where it is. I lost it. That's not a good safety protocol. It should be like right here. Shit. All right. Hold on. At any given time, I've got, usually if I'm doing crazy stuff, I'm going to have this around my neck, lanyard with all the different keys. I got split Paul keys and my H&R Super. That's a key. Goes in the base. Grabs on. That's the hard one. I can't fucking pick it. Once in a while I can get lucky on it. I'm still working on that. So I have that around. There's actually a lanyard right behind that with a bunch of keys on it. I've got piles of picks within my hands at all times. Extra keys laying around my desk. I generally, whenever I'm locking myself, like if I'm chaining myself to something, I figure out before I know I can break the thing it's attached to. So, but we say you should always have someone within earshot to come get you out if you get stuck. And as you get doing this and you get more into it, yeah, there's times where I might be alone and I put myself into cuffs and stuff. I generally don't do the incredibly weird stuff unless someone's within reach. The only time I have had to yell for someone to come get me out of cuffs was because I first got my TCH Fulling Rigids. I was outside grilling. I put the cuffs on, and I was going to get out of them for our first challenge, and then a bunch of yellow jackets started stinging me. So I was running around the yard, handcuffed, yelling for my wife to come down from our two-story apartment to get me out of the cuffs because I was getting attacked. And she took her time. By the time she got down there, I'd actually got myself out. That's the only time. Now, I've been stuck a few other times where I was on the edge of yelling for help, but I managed to get myself out. And just the more I kind of get trapped into that, the more I escape, the more I do it, just the better I get at it, and the more comfortable I get, So I'm very claustrophobic, actually. Used to be very claustrophobic to have these on. Now I can put cuffs on and just walk around the house doing stuff for 20 minutes. I don't care. I know I'll get out. Cuffs are not going to stop me at this point. As long as I'm not dealing with cops keeping me from getting out of them. You put cuffs on me and let me go, I'm going to be able to. What's up? You guys want to see me open that lock? No. If you're opening that lock, you gotta know which direction it comes in from. All right? Oh. Makes you drop the tensioner. I guess we need to... Need to wiggle and jiggle. Alright, god damn it. There we go. There you go, buddy. Yep. I got that on a few locks around here. It just fits. Alright. I need to do a 3 cuff practice bust. to the task at hand, y'all. Practice, practice, practice. I'm not going to beat the record if I don't practice. Oh, that's not true. I don't have to practice all that much to beat the record, but I want to crush the fucking record. I'm not here to fucking play around. We're here to put the Shacklemen fucking name on the map. Y'all hear me? You heard? As Snoop from The Wire would have said, rest in peace. Oh, fucker. Yeah, that bend just screwing me. Alrighty. That's what's up, Mark. The Great Studini. Reportedly, cuffs can't hold me, and locks can't stop me. Now, that's a pretty bold statement. Now, I can make that statement because if the cuff is holding me and the lock is stopping me, I'll just break that motherfucker. That's a little asterisk at the end of all that. Shacklemen, baby. Any all checking us out? Check out the hashtag Shacklemen. Check out people from the Shacklemen Cuff Club. See our Shacklemen challenges. The crazy shit that Shacklemen come up with. All right, we're going to go 6 cuffs. And I'm actually going to alternate them. We're going to do some visually aesthetic shit. All right, so silver, powder, silver, wrong one, powder, silver, powder. Ow. And pinch. Pinched myself. And I have a mark tomorrow. Alright. A0. What's up? Isn't it time to meet? I kind of don't get it, but I think it's funny still. So, yeah. QR code these open. Actually, if you print the QR code on a thick enough piece of paper, I can open these with it. So, can't be too thick. All right, we're gonna do the thigh smash using that thigh gap. Uh-oh. Get the cuffs on. 6 pair. All right, we are gonna go alternate tool. I am. Shit, I was working on this busted pick. I wonder if that'll work. Let's see if that works. All right, sometimes you gotta use what you find, right? So, oh, it's a little. I gotta take some burrs off the tip. I'll tell you that. Oh, man, we went the wrong fucking way, guys. See? You're not paying attention, you screw something up. What was I paying attention to? Alternating them. Did I pay attention to which way the damn keyhole went? No. So, I have a slight dilemma, which I'm going to solve with the shim. which I'm going to solve by bending a shim. Good job, dickhead. Oh, there we go. I didn't bend it that much. Alright, let's just finish getting this stupid one out of the way. Alright, we're back to normal. Let's get this weird little tool, see if we can keep making it work. Too tight in that top of the keyway. So I'm going to go to the bottom, I'm going to work my way around and get at it from that way. If it's tight on the top, it's going to have enough room on the bottom of the keyway to get in there. And if your tool's enough, you can work it around. Come on, you stupid piece of shit. There we go. To get it out. Definitely got to mod this tool. Although it's already bent up a little bit, I should really cut it down to about there and start from there, where I haven't bent this all up, so I can get a good amount of life out of a tool from that part down. But I don't know. That's where it was broke. That's where I wanted to work it from. But definitely needs some work. It's not the best tool. Let's go ahead and just put these back on and try something else. I'm going to reach into the Shacklemen cuff club set and get my half ball. And we're going to use that. Oop, again, tight on the keyway. Put it in, move it around. And it's more tight because I bent this up a little bit. But whatever's going on with this tool, I kind of got to figure it out. So makes me pay attention to how it feels. Do a little bit of problem solving, as opposed to just rote practice for the escape. There we go. And what I really love about this tool in this kit is I've got that side for kind of a swooping action. I've got that side for more of a pointy pokey action. Just a very versatile profile when it comes to handcuff escapes. I highly recommend it. So I'm seeing the internal battery. What happened? I don't have an internal battery. See, again, BDSM. All handcuffs work for BDSM. If you understand what that even means. It works with, you can tie ribbon around someone's wrists. That's BDSM. If you're doing it right. Oh yeah, definitely, Dean. It's and that it's important. Again, I don't have them all here. I'm missing one. Oh no, there it is. So the Shacklemen handcuff set from Southern Specialties. Comes with these 4 pick profiles, a little bent up. These 2 handle shims and 3 of these 2-sided shims, which are the profiles for the handle shims. You can get it from Southern Specialties or Hardcase Survival. It is our club set, and the reason we do it is these 4 different profiles are great for learning and attacking a variety of different things. So no matter what pair you have, 1, 2, 3 of these are going to get into it. If it's a basic swing through modern style cuff, your shims are going to be able to attack it. So it's definitely worth it. We don't get anything from it other than the satisfaction that more people are getting into handcuffs. And we think Southern Specialties is awesome. They do great. They support Lock Sport and a lot of pickers channels. They're a product sponsor for Knit and Made Lock Sport, which makes me love them a lot. And they're just great guys. They're vets themselves. So go check them out if you want to get into some lock picking or handcuff stuff. QR coded cuffs, yeah. I actually have a. Well, I wish I had a lot of extra money because I would commission a set of challenge cuffs that I would have beer can bushcraft make. I have an idea for a challenge cuffs that I think would blow everyone's mind, but I don't have the ability to make them. I'm not that talented, so maybe some point along the way I can get somebody that can do it for me. All right, we're gonna go after these with the elephant trunk profile from Southern Specialties. And nice little hit. Hitting it with the pointy pokey method. Again, this is a little tight. There we go. I kind of reversed around, did the swoop method. And pointy pokey method. Oh, that's good to know. Alright. There's something I just figured out with this tool. The important part during this practice. So, coming in on this keyway with most of my pointy pokey attempts, I'm gonna get in here at either 3 or 9, depending. It's the opposite side of that. I get in the right direction and give my push. Usually with these, I'm not walking. I get in the right spot and I go. But I kind of go straight in and lean back. Now with this profile, I want to go in straight in and lean back as well. But it's a little tight on that. I just figured out just now that if I I was going straight in, but with an angled pick, so I was running into having to work it a little more. If I come in that part straight in and then lean back into the hook, it's a lot easier to get it into position. So that is something I just discovered. I'm actually pretty excited about that. Let's give that a try again. these on the right way. Remember, pay attention to what you're doing. Put them all on one wrist first, and the other wrist. It's a lot easier that way. Alright. So these are a little bit tighter keyways because I haven't knocked all the powder coating off yet. And the other thing is that little post in there gets knocked around. If you're really rough in there, you end up knocking that post out, and it gets really easy to pick them at that point. Also, you ruin your cuffs. Oh, nice. So I'm trying to come in on that different angle. Yeah, that works nice. I just have to be more cognizant of what tool I'm using. Switch my angle up. Oh, that is really nice. That bad boy's hitting. Digging. Try that. For 3 rounds. And I did not put. I have an allergy to the cheap metal, so you can already see there's a bunch of breakout. I'm scratching and stuff. I gotta get some anti-itch cream. Nice thing about the powder coated ones is they do not agitate as much. So having those is reducing on some of the skin irritation. There we go. 3 pairs of cuffs. Where'd I put that stupid pick? There it is. Alright, and cheers. Let me light one up. Oh, where's my pick? There's the pick. Alright. Non-powder coated. Let's see if I can adjust with it. And then normally I come in straight. So I'm going to have to, trying to come at that slight angle. Ooh, I like it. Missed that one. I do like it though. One thing is, I have to when I'm handing this one from one hand to the other, it doesn't matter which way it's oriented, unless I've got it bent up that way. But I'll adjust that and have a few of these. With this, when I'm handing it to this hand, it does matter which way that is. So that's just something I have to pay attention to, that slight little detail on the handover for hand positioning. That will cost me time or save me time if this is the tool I'm using. So one thing to think about. Oh yeah, we did the straw. My daughter gave me a Taco Bell straw. She's like, "Do you want this for your handcuffs?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." So immediately ran upstairs and did a quick short on it. I wish I had a piece of a straw around here somewhere. I thought I did. I had a straw. That's the other weird thing, is all my weird stuff that I shim out of, I just cleaned off my desktop, so all my pieces of plastic and straw pieces and bent up paper clips and things like that all got kind of put away. So, but you know what? Speaking of paperclip though, since we're doing Peerless, I'll show you the difference between some of you guys in the Shacklemen don't know the difference of this. and you need to know. All right. So when you're shimming a cuff like this, you're getting in between the teeth, and that's what's pushing your pawl down and allowing your slip out. Now when you take a bobby pin or a paper clip or something like that, and you get into this little corner right here, and you push that down, that's a side shim. You're not getting in between the teeth. You're using the tightness of the little bit of gap on the side corner of that to get down there and push the pawl down. So those are two different shim attacks. One is the true shim. This one is a side shim. So if I was being technical on the number 2, make your own shim, everybody that used a bobby pin or a paper clip or anything on that little side shim part would have been DQ'd. But we're not about that. We want to see what you guys can do with escaping. We encourage discovery and creativity. And then every little exploit you learn helps you in the next challenge, helps you on the next pair of cuffs, helps you understand the cuffs better. Now let's do, just for the sake of effect, let's grab an extra paper clip. So let's get this paper clip in there. Now, once I push this in, see it starts sliding down, bending a little bit, but I generally shouldn't have to push the bow in much. All right, there. Nice and pushed in. Get this guy in here. Oop. A little premature there. Put that back. So, put those in, and then I'm going to do something dramatic. Nice little pop out. You gotta like that little escape. What? You know what? This is how my brain works. So, if that works with one pair of cuffs, can we do that with 2 pair of cuffs? Simultaneous escape. So I'll need 4 paper clips. It's one of those things that takes a while to set up, sorry. But man, the payoff is awesome. At least for me. Those 2 are set. I can get out of that side. That one's set. I need to get one more. Again, this is side shimming. You're exploiting the bottom corner tolerance weakness of the Peerless cuffs. All right, if I have this right, I will be able to explode out of both pair of cuffs at the same time. Bam! That's fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that feels pretty fucking badass. Yeah, Dean, definitely. You need some paper clips. We'll be using them in the Peerless challenges. So definitely get yourself some. Not the next one. Next one's gonna be silly. The next challenge is gonna be a little bit silly. We gotta have fun, man. That's what we do with this shit. So, oh hell, I'm gonna have to take another pee break. But I think I'm gonna stick around and grab another beer while I do it. So I'm not going just yet. I'm having a good time with you guys. Anyone checking us out right now? I know my cats, Dean, Mark, all you guys. I'm sorry if I keep repeating the same shit. I'm just trying to address new viewers as this thing cycles. So I have an application that got accepted by Guinness World Records. I'm going to break the world record for escaping 3 pairs of cuffs underwater. The record is 38 seconds. Got another escape we're trying to put together. Escape event thing this year. Out in Oklahoma to escape a jail. But, so, I have to get out of these in under 38 seconds underwater. So, if you're new to watching, pay attention. Tell me if you think I'm going to be able to beat 38 seconds. All right, hold on, let's go. So I sat down in the water, I grabbed my tool, and now I'm starting to beat cuffs. So that side's off. That side's off. Hands are out of water. Now, was that 38 seconds? Or do you think I'm going to put my name on that record? That's what I'm saying. Hey, I'm live. Did it just cycle? Did it just interrupt? Because it just told me I'm live after 2 hours. All right, I'm going to go take another quick pee break. Talk amongst yourselves. If you have any questions, ask Dean. If he doesn't know, he'll make it up. I'm back. What's up? Anyone here I don't know? That's all our guys. All right, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Playing with cuffs. We're having fun. Let's go ahead and have stupid fun. I'll go ahead and ASP it. I got it. I got it. So these are too easy to even get for learning. you can get them for fun. So let's get out of the ASPs with $2 bill. So what we're gonna do. I like to do my folds from the edge instead of doing a W in the middle. Runesmith, what's up? Vintage Custom, like there are a lot of. Yeah, definitely. Runesmith, are you? Dude, we'll give you an invite to the Shacklemen, man. It's the best place, resources. We're all always talking about it. So as soon as I'm off here, man, I'll send you an invite. Ooh. Weird. Don't have enough on that fold. I don't want to ruin the money, so I'm trying to be careful. Well, that's why you do W. Alright, screw it. Alright, we'll go with the zigzags. This is my money, my go-to. Alright. Get us the L on there. I need that part to bend out of the way of my wrist. So we're in place. You can see that portion is the part getting in between the teeth. And it's a nice smooth wrapper. It slides down there pretty easy. Bam! Ziggity zaggity, baby. Ziggity zaggity, baby. Oh, yeah. It's like that. Oh, shit. Look how smooth he is, people. Oh, my God. Can you believe it? What? Oh, dude, yeah. Runesmith, man, be honored to have you in the group. You know? We appreciate just aficionados, you know, interest. You don't have to be obsessed like me, but you're you know, you're a maker, you're a breaker, we'd love to have you in the group. One of the few, I don't even have to check with my partner, man. Usually me and Not Too Dead, you know, we just like to make sure with each other, send each other a message. Hey, dude, do you know this guy? Cool if I invite him, is he good in the group? But there's times we both know, oh, I can just send that invite. And that's you, brother. Now, is Dean around? When Dean wanted to join the group, we were like, Dean, we need 4 references. And no, I'm just kidding. Like to give him a hard time. Shit, I need a pick. Where's my pick? Where's the pick I want? Where's the pick I want? Where's the pick? Oh, fuck it. It's a pick I gotta use. So we're gonna go with that Jimmy Longs. This is the fucking Smith & West beater. We'll see how it works on these Peerless. Huh? Well. And well. It's a good hit. See what I see there? Something did not fall out when we did that before. it's not. Get my hand out. Almost out. Yeah, I can't get my wrist out or my hand out that way. I'm just not that guy. So hopefully I can open it. It's not jammed. Let's see, there we go. You know what? In all honesty, I am going to order a set of these in 19,000s. This hits so goddamn good. Runesmith? I actually have a video of me doing it with a Trojan package. I got a couple of them. Yeah, we've done that. What I need to do now is go get a Magnum. Maybe that'll hit more on the views. Because the Trojan one did not do that well. I thought the condom one would. I actually, not only did I do it with the Trojan package, I pulled the condom out of the package and used the condom to get out of the cuffs. So I have one of those. It was before I found you. Just a little bit before. It was after my zigzag. The one viral video I have is the one me opening cuffs with this. Well, the main viral. I got one other smaller viral one. It was after that, so it was like I was like, "Ooh, sweet! Maybe the condoms will be the next one." It wasn't. All right, where's my blunt? Do you try and start again or what? Damn. If jammed. I'm not sure, Mark. I'll start again. I'm definitely trying again. What do you want me to try again? I'm down to try again. Nice thing about these is just whatever the fuck you stick in them. Like the gap for a shim is just embarrassing. And then that's the double lock mechanism right there. So now the double lock's engaged. What if I just go in here? Now it's undone. Oh, almost undone. There we go. It's fully undone. It's just, like I said, these are not even worth learning on. They're fun to play with. They're just for fun. Deadlocks calls these the master locks of the handcuff world. And I kind of have to agree. They're just ridiculously easy. All right. You guys know about this guy? Pyro Panda. Not Too Dead. Co-founder of the Shacklemen Cuff Club. Let's see if I can do a quick chip flourish. All right. Oop. Dropped it. All right. Panda's down. Panda's down. Oh, I missed it. All right. Let's start again. This is my basic routine. So I want to practice and try to die. Oh, shit. That's what I need to do there. All right. Fuck. Get my hand right. All right, there we go. That's just pissing me off. I can't even do it from palm to palm. That's bullshit. All right, there we go. Practice. Fucker. All right, it's mainly because my hand's positioned wrong. Two-finger snatch. Fucker. There we go. Fuck yeah. Yeah, the weird and RuneSmith, I'll tell you, I've been doing like I throw tons of shit at shorts. My content. Bleh, I throw up a lot of content. And half of it's just timing. It's you have to put it out there when the algorithm's gonna throw you into your stuff, and hopefully you hit it at the right time, and then it goes. Because I've thrown out great stuff and gotten terrible views because it came out at the wrong time in the algorithm. And but the other thing is, I'm not afraid to go back and redo it. I'm not the kind of guy who's like, oh, I already did that, can't do it anymore. Well, shit, shorts are disposable. If it's been a while since you did it, redo it. See what happens. Catching another round of views. Give it another go. See if you can put a little spin on it. Kind of how I feel about it. Yes. The cops in my area, in a lot of my areas, use the 801. These are the 802s just because they're black, but the 801C Peerless hinged. The cops in my town use these, and a lot of the cops in the area use these. I made sure to find out, and then as soon as I found out, I bought a pair. I was like, yeah. Now, like, I'm not gonna get out of any cuffs if I'm arrested. I'm not getting arrested, but you do want to have that flex in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty, where is my... Let's go with the bobby pin. If I can find it. Alright. Bend this bobby pin back into position. I had this bent. This is actually bent up to do holes up on the hinged here. So that's what I ended up trying to figure out the best way to do that. I'm still working on it. I don't have the best configuration on the pin yet, or the bobby pin yet, yeah. So dang it, Bobby. Little explode cuff on that last one. I like it. Smooth run. A lot more flex and bend in this, so gotta be a little more precise or a little more willing to wiggle and feel. Figure out where you're at and what you're doing. Oh shit. Reached the point in the evening where I have to roll one up, so if you don't mind, I have to do a little bit of maintenance. You guys have any questions, comments, concerns, queries? If so, let me know. Hit me up. Yeah, I like RuneSmith. I've not dabbled too much with the like scheduled premieres or even scheduled videos and things like that. I have a couple. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I gotta pay attention to. That's a good idea. Definitely. That is the one nice thing about the sheer amount of content I throw at the algorithm, is it does give me a lot more data to kind of like react to. So I do like that. I'll put that on wrong. About to screw myself up. I don't want to do that. Oh my god. What's he doing? What are you doing on this channel? Where's the fuzzy cuffs? It's not a fuzzy cuff channel. Unless someone wants to buy me some fuzzy cuffs, then we'll do fuzzy cuff shit. You know what I mean? But I have too many pairs of cuffs on the to-buy list to waste money on fuzzy cuffs. I need high security cuffs. I need 4 more pairs of Hinged. I need 2 more pairs of Peerless, 2 more pairs of Chicago. I need another pair of Smith & Wesson. I need... God, I need so many goddamn cuffs. Well, folks, anyway, I think I'm going to power down, get out of here. It's been a couple hours. That actually kind of crept up on me. Thank you very much for everybody for popping in, hanging out. Thank you for the chats and the gems or whatever those things are. You guys are helping support some vets. You guys are helping support Cease to Do, and you're keeping me in good spirits, man. This is the best part of my life, and I really appreciate all you guys that are in Locksport with me. So I will be back here next Saturday, absolutely. I'm definitely going to be popping up a couple times throughout the week. Trying to, I don't know, just get some things going and build some stuff up. So, and the more practice I get, the better I'm going to be able to crush that record when the time comes. So, thank you for stopping by, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.